Bonjour.
Gesundheit.
So I'm sorry I am not there today. So I roped my husband into helping me make this video for you to finish explaining direct object pronouns. And so since it's awkward for me to explain things to a screen, he is being such a very good sport and being my stand-in student. So you get a substitute teacher, I get a substitute student. Bless you. Also,
I'm hoping that a lot.
This is Winnie.
That's it.
Okay. Before we start, Gage, can you tell me what a direct object pronoun is? I didn't say you didn't know. You don't. If you don't know, that's okay. They didn't know what it was. A lot of them. Do you have any idea what a direct object pronoun is?
It's here directly. It's an object.
Okay. Let's share the screen and look at the notes. Yes. Yes,
I'm
that's
ready to know
what I want you to do.
What is happening?
It's doing this thing where there's a screen of, hang on a second. If Winnie doesn't want to be up here, she doesn't have to be up here. Okay, so this is us up here.
Hi, us.
And then this is the notes. So
No.
this is what we talked about in class yesterday, what a direct object pronoun is. So
Why?
first, what a direct object is. So read that for us, Gage.
Noun that receives the action of the verb.
What does that mean?
It's like a catcher catching a ball.
Okay.
In other words, subject verb what? Or subject verb who?
So for example,
He hates Jennifer. So rude. He hates who? Jennifer is the direct object.
so yeah, like he is the subject, hates is the verb. So he hates who? Subject verb who? And it tells you that Jennifer is the direct object.
Jennifer, you're so much more than an object.
But no, she's not, because she's the direct object.
He hates bananas. He hates what? Bananas. It's the direct object. Okay.
So since he is the subject, hates is, let me turn my laser pointer so they can see what I'm pointing to.
Oh, yeah, because you're just like.
Yeah, I am just pointing. Here we go.
Gimme.
So point to he, point to hates. So he is the subject, hates is the verb. So he hates who? The answer to that question is Jennifer. So the answer to that question is the direct object. So whatever you use, whatever answers the question, subject verb what or subject verb who is the direct object. How are you feeling
I'm helping.
about what direct objects are?
I get it.
You do? So they give you a sentence. Can you tell me what the direct object is? I love you.
You love me.
What's the direct object of the question, I love you? Or in the sentence, I love you, is not a question.
You.
Yes.
Ah.
Not I. That's the word.
No,
The word
you.
you is the direct object. Okay, good.
Me is you.
Okay, so they've already learned this. We're gonna keep steamrolling.
They know that I have a degree.
They know now. So a pronoun. What's a pronoun, Gage?
Pronouns that.
Here you go.
Okay, my brain only wants to say the word genetic. A generic substitute word for a common or proper noun.
Mhm. So it's just basically a shortened version of a name.
Professional noun.
Sure, because it can be multiple different nouns. So it's professional. It's in disguise. I like to say that it's vague. So like Jennifer is the proper noun. She, her are the pronouns. Common noun is bananas. Pronouns are they and them. So you can replace.
Common noun is banana.
You can replace that common noun with a pronoun. And you can replace this proper noun with that pronoun. What's this, Gage?
The subject pronoun.
Mm-hmm.
I read that right.
Read the rest of it.
A generic substitute word for a subject noun.
Yeah. So it's just it's one of the pronouns that can be the subject of a sentence. And last one.
Direct object pronoun. Hey, full circle. A generic why? A generic substitute word for a direct object noun.
So anything that is a direct object, if it's a common noun or a proper noun, you can switch it out for a direct object pronoun. like it or them or she. So it's going to come after the verb in English. Let's move on. It says this thing. Yeah. Okay. So this is also a review for them.
All for me.
Yes.
In simple terms, direct object pronouns mean me, you, him, her, it, us, them. In English, these words, these direct object pronouns, come after the verb.
So like these words are direct object pronouns. These are things that can be direct object pronouns. Things that can come after the verb. Things that are subject verb what or subject verb who.
In French, they come before the verb.
Yes, before the verb.
That was important to yell.
It is. That's why it's in caps. Because it's important, but it's not explained. So he hates Jennifer would be, do you want to give this a shot?
Oh.
You don't have to.
Déteste Jennifer?
Mm-hmm.
He hates her. Il la déteste?
Yes. So you see how your object pronoun has come before your verb instead of after it? Yeah, so that's different than what you're doing.
Okay.
He hates bananas.
Is that just a he her hate?
Yeah. It's like saying he, her, hate.
Things are funny languages. Il déteste la banane?
Déteste.
Déteste le banane. Banane.
This is not
Ban. Banan.
two syllables.
Banan.
There you go. Il déteste les bananes.
Oh, that's how you say it. Il déteste.
Good job. Il les déteste.
Man.
Which would literally be he, them, hates.
He that hates.
He, them, hates. Here's how to say all the direct object pronouns in French. Scout has joined us. She's down here.
I love you. I love you.
Scout, you want to go and say hi? This is Scout. Okay, so Gage, here are how you say all of the direct object pronouns.
I like this.
Scout. So repeat after.
We're good.
Répétez. Me, te, le, la, le, la, vous, les. And like we talked about in class, this is pretty standard. Me, it looks like me, it means me. But something that's weird for English speakers a lot of times is the word for him or her is the same word for it. So why would you have an it that has two different versions in French?
There are.
Exactly right. High five. Mm-hmm.
I found it very strange. Why is the table feminine?
The table is feminine because it ends in an E.
That's weird.
So moving on to the new stuff. So this is the stuff that is where we're going to, I was going to tell you this part. We're going to include some sort of math type thoughts into our grammar. This is the first set of formulas. This is, you didn't ask if you could get a drink of water. You're supposed to say, puis-je chercher de l'eau.
I'm sorry.
You're supposed to say, puis-je chercher de l'eau. You know what it is. Puis-je chercher. 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 Share. Yes. De l'eau.
Okay.
De l'eau. Yes.
The low.
Okay, so here is the first formula. Gage. Here's the first formula. So when you are forming the present tense of the affirmative, you'll need a subject, a direct object, pronoun. That's what DOP stands for, and then a verb. Sometimes people like to do this. Past up of.
Exactly like what you just said about getting water.
Past up of, because it's present, affirmative, subject, direct object, pronoun, verb. If you don't like these little things over here, I get it. They're kind of dumb. But if it works for you, great. So he hates her, il la déteste. You got your subject, you've got your direct object pronoun, and then you've got your verb. So that's pretty standard. But this is where it starts to get a little hairier, is when you're trying to do it in the negative, right? Yeah. So for the present tense negative, you do subject and then the direct object pronoun. Oh gosh, there's an error in this. Oh no. It
They
should say.
still see it.
I know, they know that I'm not perfect. So this is wrong. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I'm not perfect. So present tense negative, subject, and then your dop, then your verb, then your pop.
Ah,
Mhm.
okay, forget you saw the other ones now. We can't get ahead of the class.
Right. So in this case, we are going to have na, then the direct object pronoun, then the direct object pronoun, and then pa. Then then the direct object pronoun, then the verb, and then pa. It's weird for us because there's two things inside of the negative now. Normally, we're used to just saying you can only have one thing inside of a na pa, but not anymore. Whenever I taught you that, you said, someone asked me once, so they're only ever gonna have one thing inside a na pa, and then I said, yes, except for when you're particular. And then I told you not to
sprint all this with me. Sitting here eating my Reese's.
Well,
you said this would be easy.
I did not say
it. Did not say it would be math.
I did not say it would be easy. So anyway, you have the direct object pronoun and the verb inside of a pa, and that's any direct object pronoun, not just la. So that's the, nuvu, la. Then if you have an infinitive, and it's in the affirmative, so if it's not nepa, you do subject, then the conjugated verb, then the direct object pronoun, then the infinitive. So in this case, the direct object pronoun has come after the conjugated verb, where in the present tense, it came before the conjugated verb. So like right here. But the reason why, I'll give you an example of why we do it like that. He is going to hate her. Il va la détester. So you have the whole verb phrase, and then you say your subject verb what, or subject verb who question. In this case, it would be who. He is going to hate who. So going to hate, that has all of the verb in it. So you can't just have going, you can't just have to hate. You have to have the whole verb phrase in your subject verb who question. So subject verb who, he is going to hate who. Actually, it should be who, but we can talk about who versus who some other time. And that is why you're saying that I am the second worst teacher at Helias? I'll tell you that story later. But the reason why we have it next to this verb is because hate is more related to her than going is related to her. So that's, I think, one way why I think of why you put the la in front of the infinitive, because the infinitive is more related to the direct object. It is receiving the direct object in this case is her, and it is receiving the hate. So it's by that one. If you go back to what direct object pronouns are, they receive the thing. Or you could forget all of this logic and just memorize that if there's an infinitive, put the direct object pronoun before the infinitive. Oh, and then you can say, I ask a duppy. And that's for infinitive, affirmative, subject, conjugated verb, direct object pronoun, infinitive. So if it is negative, you're going to put the nepa only around the conjugated verb, and then the direct object pronoun is going to be after pa, then the infinitive. So like this. He is not going to hate her. Il ne va pas la détester. Or is duppy.
Why? Me here.
It's better than me just talking to myself. It's
I feel
fun.
bad that I have been here, not here. This is
okay.
This is over here.
So
he is going to hate this.
Il va le détester. Like the computer, not you. If I were saying he's going to hate you, that would be il va vous détester. This is the plural. This is multiple. Yes, yes. So let's do a little bit of practice. So for you guys, you can practice using this website, but it's a little bit above Gage's pay grade. So we're just gonna not. We're gonna
Okay.
get paid in doggy kisses.
Hey, something from you. Well, this is disappointing.
Okay, hang on a second. I gotta move this. So let's stop share for just a quick second. And then, hi. I'm sorry this is a super long video. I'll tell you when you can skip around to like different other things.
Nice go.
Share screen. We're gonna go to the whiteboard. Share. Okay, so Gage.
Yes, I'm here.
You go over here. Okay. Oh,
No, I was really feeling that.
if you had this sentence, let's do it different than hates because you did that. Let's do loves. That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
She, Jennifer loves them. She loves them. So your words, do you remember how to say she? Mm-hmm. And then what are you gonna do next?
Love.
No.
Them. I'm gonna them.
Yes, you're gonna say them next. Hang on, I've covered up your face. So we're not gonna say the word loves next. We're gonna say the word to them next.
I wasn't gonna say the word love ever.
How do you say them, Gage?
Jennifer, to not to
how do you say them?
Love you.
How do you say them?
Yep. Lay.
Lay. And how do you say love? Do you remember how to say I love you?
You should them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but which is the word? They're all the same in my brain. It's one word in my head. And I know that's wrong until I look at my fingers. Wait, it's 3 words?
Yeah.
Where? And how?
Just say the 3 words.
Just
Je,
like one word?
and then T apostrophe, direct object pronouns.
That's just-
No, just them is 3 words.
That sounds like one word.
It's
Like
3 words.
Justine.
No,
It's just them. Justine.
Je t'aime is 3 words. This is a direct object pronoun because it's I, you, love. And then, so remember, so we're gonna put that right. She loves them. What about she's going to love her?
Okay.
She is going to love her. This has an infinitive in it.
L.
Va. And then are you going to put a
Just.
verb or are you going to put a direct object next? Verb or object, verb or object, verb or object, go.
Verb.
Try again.
Okay, object.
Yes. Her, in this case, her would be the same as it, but feminine. So la, but then to love is MA. So we have a, whoa, we got a problem here. We have 2 vowels up next to each other. What are we going to do, Gager? You gotta squeeze them like that.
Yes.
There you go. Let's make it negative. She is not going to love her.
Her is going to be obsessed. Or not? I don't know.
So where are you gonna put your no in your pocket? Where?
Around.
Around what? You are correct. You put it around something.
Yeah.
Around. Yes. The conjugated verb or the infinitive? Think of your formulas. Think of your formulas. You're gonna put the negative around the conjugated verb or the infinitive? Try again. Yes.
I got it.
Oh, I can't. Okay. All right. So that about covers the examples. But the last thing that I want to say about like negatives and stuff is any sassy negative could be pas. So you could say plus, you could say jamais, you could say rien. But in this case, rien doesn't make sense because rien is also kind of an object pronoun. Don't worry about that. But the point is, it doesn't just have to be pas that can go here. it could be any negative using, and you can use any negative with the object. Yep. Okay, so that is the end. Thank you for watching and being prepared. The rest of your directions are on Google Classroom. Okay. Should we have Gage do more instructional videos? Comment down below.
Hydrate, friends, quick.
What do you say?
I.
No. How do you say, can I have some water?
Parsley.
We
We
should.
should.
Sure. Who's your sure?
Okay.
Below.
Hello.
No.